everybody, welcome back to my December wrap-up. Originally I was planning to do this video sort of as a December and January wrap-up, but then I figured it's 2 different years, might as well do a very short December wrap-up, because unfortunately I will end up reading 3 books in December because I was feeling a little bit under the weather for a couple of weeks, so I didn't really have the energy or like the mindset to be able to read very much. But yeah, so I only finished 3 books and they were all ebooks. But let's talk about the books I did read. So the first book I read was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is actually the second book that I read by her, and I really enjoyed this one. So in this one we meet Nora, and she is a book agent, and you know, she works alongside with the authors when they're writing their books, and she ends up having this meeting with this guy named Charlie, who is a book editor, and they don't really get along. They don't really have a nice meeting together for different reasons, and Nora ends up going to this little town called Sunshine Falls together with her sister Libby, and then she ends up running into Charlie there, and you know, maybe some feelings ensues. So this was really, first of all, I like the fact that, you know, there was book aspects in the story, of course, but I also really enjoyed Nora and Libby's relationship. They're a very nice sibling relationship, and they was definitely far from perfect at all times. I also felt like both Charlie's and Nora's sort of backgrounds and the way they grew up and stuff really built them as a character, give them a good backstory, something to stand on, and it also kind of explained a little bit why their personalities and their actions were the way they were. And I really liked Nora and Charlie's relationship as well. So I ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then we have Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This is technically book 2 in the Bellinger Sister series. Technically I haven't read the first book, but that's okay, you don't have to. So we meet Hannah. She's sort of this production assistant or something like that, I think, on this big like movie company, and she ends up convincing her boss basically to move the movie setting to this little fisher town, where her sister actually lives with her fiance, and also this guy named Fox. So Hannah is trying to, you know, climb the ranks a little bit. She is very interested in music. She wants to be able to do, like, choose the music for the videos and stuff, and she wants to learn how to do that properly. So she wants to, you know, be able to sit in on like the meetings that the person that actually have this as their job, and to learn from them. But she doesn't end up going the way she had originally planned. And of course we also have the friendship she has with Fox. They've been texting back and forth for months since they met the first time when Hannah was visiting her sister in this fishing town after she moved there. And yeah, I mean, I liked Hannah's relationship with her sister, and also the relationship between her sister and her fiance, what we saw of it anyways. And I feel like Hannah and Fox, like, the majority of the time I really enjoyed their relationship, but then there were some like cringy sort of comments every now and then during somewhat, I don't know, sexy scenes, if you will. It just made it a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit weird, and I just kept thinking, who talks like this, especially in this sort of situation? And it was a little bit weird. And that was definitely one of the things that affected my enjoyment. But also because Fox is like trying to get this sort of character development. He's trying to change. He's trying to change, first of all, his own view on himself, but also what the other townspeople think about him. And that turns out not to be the easiest thing. But also I feel like you feel like he's getting this sort of development, and then all of a sudden he's like back from where he started again, and that keeps going on for several times. Like, you feel like he's grown, he's learned something, and then he's like back to the start again, and that I found a little bit annoying. But yeah, I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. And then the third and last book I read was Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This is a middle grade fantasy book, and I really enjoyed this one, honestly. This was such a quick read. We meet Amari. Her brother has been missing for the last 6 months. She lives with her mother in this sort of poor part of town, and they're kind of looked down upon because, you know, they're poor. And she wants to figure out what happened to her brother, but he kind of disappeared out of nowhere, and they think it might have something to do with his very mysterious job that they have no idea what he was doing. And the police keeps telling them that no, he wasn't registered, he wasn't actually working for anyone. And then Amari gets chosen to go to this sort of magic school and shit goes down. And as you guys know, I love magic schools, I love magic, I love the sort of the kid have to save the world kind of element, even though it would have been really unbelievable in the real world, but I love it in books. And just Amari's friendship with, I think her name is Elise. They're amazing, I love Elise. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it, and I started reading book 2 like basically straight away. So I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. So it's a very good book to end the year with, honestly. But yeah, those were all of the 3 books I ended up reading in December. Hopefully the reading in 2023 and therefore January will go a little bit better. But yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I hope to see you there in the next one. Bye.